Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and we're back out here in the garage for another garage gun talk. And I'm actually setting up to film the garage portion of the range report on the Knight's Armament LPR, or the Lightweight Precision Rifle. And I knew I had to make a video for this channel about being right. And being right again, because I'm right a lot. And what we're going to be talking about is the big, beautiful bill that's going through Congress, and more specifically, the Senate. I made a video a few days ago that actually got a lot of downvotes because I'm a realist, and I tell people how it is. There's so many people in the gun world that want to believe all the, I think the meta word is hopium, that they're hoping some things are going to change. They followed the big gun channels that say, breaking news, groundbreaking, Second Amendment landscape changed forever, unbelievable. But actually, nothing's going to happen. And in that previous video, I said, guys, listen, I know that they claim they're going to remove suppressors, short-barreled rifles, short-barrel shotguns from the purview of the NFA. Don't get your hopes up, okay? Don't get your hopes up. It's not going to happen. For a number of reasons. You have everything from spineless Republicans that will not vote for it, whether that's because they really are anti-gun or they just hate Donald Trump and they just want to, clog up the gears. Or you have Democrats that are going to use political maneuvering and sometimes shady tactics to prevent it from passing. And not to get your hopes up, because it's not going to happen, because when it doesn't happen, don't be disappointed. But so many people right now are so sad and so disappointed. And when I told people that it was probably not going to be in the final bill, oh man, thumbs down, Jason, you're a hater, you're a FUD, blah, blah, blah. I said, no, I'm not saying it because I don't want it to be in there. Obviously, I do. But I'm just a realist, and I look at the patterns of how politics works. I look at the rules. I look at one political party that, once again, is spineless, the Republicans, and I look at the Democrats who will always break the rules to win. And that's how they won and got these provisions removed from the big, beautiful bill. It was a parliamentarian move. Way back in, I forgot the year, but whenever Harry Reid was the majority leader of the Senate, and he was a Democrat, he appointed a parliamentarian, which I think is negating the Senate's responsibilities to decide their own rules and to make their own decisions. They hire somebody to come in to look over bills and say, does it meet certain requirements? That person is not an elected person, it's an appointed person. And being that it was a position that was appointed by Harry Reid, that person is most likely a Democrat. And I forgot what her name is, but I'm pretty sure she's a Democrat. So what did you expect when she said that the removal of SBRs and suppressors and SBSs from the NFA is not tax related, even though the NFA is explicitly a tax bill? And in order to possess or manufacture these items, you have to pay a tax and get a tax stamp and fill out what essentially is a tax return. That's what the ATF Form 1 and Form 4s are legally. They are tax returns. But she said it doesn't fall under these provisions, therefore it can't be used in the Byrd rule, which can go around the Senate filibuster. So here we are. It's been removed from the Senate bill. And so when it goes back to the conference committee, where both of the houses have to reconcile the bills, because they know it's not going to pass in the Senate, it's not going to be put back in. We all know it. It's very little chance it's going to happen. And you know what? I'm not disappointed, because I already knew this was going to happen. And I don't understand why so many people in the gun world keep falling for the little carrot that they dangle in front of you. Vote for me. We're going to get rid of this. Vote for me. It's going to happen. I'm pro Second Amendment. And when actually the rubber needs to hit the road, we just couldn't get it done. Parliamentarian. Rules of the Senate. Just can't do it. And nothing ever changes. Nothing. It never will. And there's no, unless there is a complete resetting of the political structure in the United States, or Republicans or conservatives or libertarians win in some type of landslide, which you never will have. You will never have a time in the foreseeable future where conservatives will have more than 60 votes in the Senate. You just will not see that, just because of the makeup of the states and the voting population of the states and the political makeup of the states. It's just not going to happen. It's not. So this has to be done through this reconciliation, or the Senate, which can vote to change their own rules, will. But they're not going to, because the Republicans are spineless. The reason I say that is I guarantee you, if the coin was flipped and you had a Democrat president, Democrat House, and a Democrat Senate, but they needed to pass this sweeping legislation, I promise you, the Democrats would change the rules of the Senate. No questions asked, because it's that important to pass their agenda. And they're not breaking the rules of the Constitution. The Senate can create their own rules. It's right there. They can. But the Republicans are not going to do it. And they continue to allow a Democrat-appointed parliamentarian to decide what can be in their bills. I knew it was going to happen. So say it with me. Say it with me, okay? Jason, you were right. Okay, here we go. Say it. Jason, you were right. I know everything. And I'm sorry. And I know there's people right now punching that thumbs down button. How dare him? I know there's a way. I saw the Armed Scholar saying, breaking news, it's true. No, it's not. It's not going to pass. Not going to pass. And I knew it. I don't know why people get their hopes up, and why you allow yourself to be manipulated and be used in this manner. They get your hopes up, and it's constantly dashed. If it was once in a while something would happen, awesome, but no, it's never going to happen. The NFA is here to stay. It's going to be there until the day you die. That's it. And I'm so sorry. I know that makes so many people mad, and they get mad at me because they feel like if I'm not out there doing what the other big YouTubers are and just fueling your emotions with either hate, anxiety, anticipation, hope, whatever it is, then I'm not doing my job as a Second Amendment advocate. I'm just a realist. That's all it is. I look at the political landscape, I look at the realities of the situation, and can see exactly what's going to happen. And exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. It has been removed. And I promise you, the Republicans in the Senate are not going to vote to change the rule. They're not going to vote to put it back in there. They're not going to do anything. They're just going to do what the Democrat parliamentarian told them to do. Because they're little bitches. Okay? But that's the nature of politics. They did enough to get you excited, to make sure you vote for them in the next election. So they'll come back and be like, oh man, we tried, we'll get them next time. But it will still never happen. It will still never happen. It reminds me of what Lyndon Baines Johnson said in the 1960s with the passage of the Civil Rights Act. Now, if you don't know the history of the Civil Rights Act, it was actually filibustered by the Democrats in the Senate for a long time, but the Republicans got it across the finish line. It was the Republicans in Congress that passed the Civil Rights Act. But Lyndon Baines Johnson realized this was an opportunity for the Democrats. And when he signed that piece of legislation, he said to his friends and his political advisors, we are going to have, and I can't use the words because it's inappropriate in today's language, essentially, I'll make it as nice as possible. We will have Black Americans voting for the Democrat Party for the next 250 years. Because they did a political maneuvering and a essentially propaganda thing where they said the Democrats passed it because he signed it. He signed it into law. And he realized it was all about getting votes. And to this day, what do the Democrats actually do to help Black people? Nothing. Black unemployment was extremely high under Obama, extremely high under Biden. Do they do anything for them? No, they do not. But every 2 or 4 years or 6 years, depending if you're a representative, president, or senator, they come back and say, we're going to do this for you, we're going to do this. And they never do, because if they actually solve the issue, if they actually did something, then they have nothing to run on in the next election. Just like Al Sharpton. We all know that race baiting Al Sharpton. If all race relations were does he want no issues with race in the United States? No, he doesn't want that. He wants to perpetuate racial problems because that's how he makes money. If they solve the problem, he has nothing to do and he loses his power and influence. Republicans use the Second Amendment the same way. They're going to come to you every election cycle. We're going to get this done. And they tell themselves in their head, we're going to have the foolish gun owners voting for us forever. Because we're going to tell them we're going to do something, and they never do. Because if they actually were able to pass pro-gun legislation and do it, they know they can't get your vote anymore. There's not going to be any passion to get you to the polls. It's a shame. It's sad and it's a shame. But when I found out the news, the Hearing Protection Act and the Short Act were removed, I wasn't fazed in the least. I wasn't disappointed. I didn't have any negative feelings because I'm like, well, I knew it wasn't going to happen, so I'm not surprised. And when it's all said and done, we're still going to be living under the same stupid regime that we live under now. So there you go. Say it with me once again. Jason, you know everything. Jason, you were right. And if you guys would just listen to me, not go over to the Armed Scholar, not go over to Four Boxes Diner, not go to, was it Guns and Gadgets or whoever that is. Don't go to, is that, who's the guy? I don't even watch him, the Crump or whatever. All those people, they lead you on. They lie to you. They manipulate you. They feed BS to you to build up your hopes or to make you anxious so you continue to click their videos instead of just be honest with you. This was never going to pass. I knew it, and I think in many of your hearts, you know it as well. It was never going to pass. There was no hope for it. Never was. So while so many people are disappointed clicking that thumbs down button, I'm sorry that you feel that way. But you need to live in the world of reality and the way things are, not the way you wish things were. Now, does that mean that there is no hope for the future in the long term? No. Things can be changed. People can be voted in. But that's going to be multi-generational work. Because unless the rules of the Senate are changed, and unless conservatives, Republicans, libertarians win a supermajority in the Senate, it's never, ever going to happen. And I'm sorry to tell you the truth. But sometimes you need somebody to come to you and just tell you the way things are. I'm never going to sugarcoat it. I'm never going to lie to you. I'm never going to do a clickbaity thumbnail or a title to a video just to make sure you come back and click my videos. I'm only going to shoot straight to you. That's it. It was never going to pass. It's not going to pass in the next 10 years, 20 years, 25 years. All of us that are watching this video right now will go to the graves with the NFA intact as it is, or it being more restrictive. And that's just reality. So there you go. Sorry to be the bringer of bad news. And that's it. So the word of the day, if you made it to the end of this 14-minute, 25-second video, or where I'm at in the video now, word of the day is, expectation. Expectation, because I expected this not to pass, and I knew it. And if you follow my channel and you listen to what I have to say and just trust me, you would have known too. And you would not be disappointed. You would have woken up and not been in the face. But if you're sad, disappointed, upset, angry, I feel bad because now you have negative emotions in your life that you didn't need to have. because you could have known the truth and believed the truth. So follow the Church of the Texas Gun Vault. I will never lead you astray. So, as always, thanks for watching.